Well, hello there. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello. My name is Doris Spencer Shackelford. I am Doris Speaks Life, and I am speaking life into your journey. Life is living in full engagement. Now, I am a motivational speaker. I am a certified master life coach. And I specialize in spiritual transformations, and I am a self taught coach and expert. I help people and teach people and I guide people on how to, by transforming their self talk, their inner dialogue, to become more successful in their lives. Now, today, the topic, the title is Parting Ways. Parting ways. How many of you have been noticing that you're leaving old things behind that no longer suit you, no longer, how should I put it, benefit your highest good, that is here for your highest good? So you have been detaching and parting ways from people. So we're going to talk about detachment. We're going to talk about parting ways from things that no longer suit you, that could possibly have outgrown. We're going to talk about inner child healing today. We're going to move forward and we're going to talk about how you go through a metamorphosis. So here's the thing, parting ways. Have you ever thought about that? A lot of times, you know what most people used to always say, no new friends, that Drake song. Now, here's the thing, if you don't get new friends, you won't really evolve. And if you're trying to get to a certain level in life, you're going to have to be around different people who are at that level. I learned this myself. Before I became a published author, I was wanting to elevate in a specific area in my life. And because I had a desire to become an author, it kept popping up in different areas of my life. Write a book, write a book, write a book, write a book, write a book. But the people around me weren't writing books. They were reading them. Some were reading them, but they weren't writing them. Now, here it is, years later, I decide, you know what, I'm not going to even try to write a book. It's a lot of work. I don't even know how to do it. And then I looked into, maybe recently, within the last 2 years, I looked into self-publishing. And I said, you know what, that's a lot of work. Forget it, forget it, forget it. But eventually, I became so I be, I went on a spiritual journey, another spiritual journey, where I wanted to become closer to God so I can be able to hear what God had to say to me, right? And because of that, I kept hearing this phrase over and over again. Write the book, write the book, write the book, write the book. Now, I mentioned, excuse me, earlier that the my circle, the people that I was around, hadn't written any books. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Then I met a few people who did write a book, who was in an anthology, and they were saying, you should connect with them, blah, 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 this publishing company. And I did. But I had to part ways from the old circle of people who weren't authors. If I wanted to become an author, I had to start associating with people who were authors. Now you may say, that's that kind of makes sense, but did you have to leave all your friends? Yes, I did. Because at a certain point in your life, in order to heal, you're going to have to leave those things alone that were causing the pain. So it's just like being an infant and touching the stove. First, everyone's going to tell you that it's hot. Then, after they keep telling you that it's hot, you touch it and you get burnt. And guess what you do? That child usually, not you, but that child usually stops touching the stove, right? Most children do. So that is what I'm talking about, parting ways. You have to heal the ouch. It has to be an ouchie first in order for it to heal, right? So with parting ways, usually you're parting ways from inner childhood wounding. And I use that whole analogy about me detaching from a circle that just were kind of readers, and I wanted to become an author, so I had to associate with people who were authors. Now, when you're healing an inner childhood wound, you're going to have to address certain things, and then you're going to have to be honest with yourself and transparent with yourself and face yourself and say, am I allowing these things that are causing these woundings to never heal by associating with certain people, places, and things, the infamous nouns? Or am I in denial? Parting ways is so important right now in your lives because there's a shift going on. And God is requiring all of us, the Most High God is requiring all of us to go through this transformation of leaving old behind to address the new, because you can't pour new wine in old glasses, in old vessels. God's not going to give you something new if you're still holding on to childhood wounding, childhood traumas, childhood friends who are not aspiring to do anything other than in their lives, but the same old thing. Y'all all going to the clubs. Y'all are all going to the same places out to eat every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Y'all are doing the same thing. But you, deep down inside, you're aspiring to have something more in your life. But what's required of you is you're going to have to part ways. You're going to have to detach from these things. You're going to have to understand that when you let go, when you detach, when you release, that's the way you're going to embrace the metamorphosis that you have to go through in order to become the person that you desire. Now, I'm going to say something about desire. If you have a desire to become something in your life, and it's deep, deep down, and you've shared it with people, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this, I want to be that. You share that with someone, and they say, nah, I don't think that's you. And that desire never goes away. Then, honey, it's you. You're the one that's called to go through this transformation, this metamorphosis. Let me readjust. And the reason why you're called is because you're called to go through the metamorphosis is because you are the one. You are the one. You're the one who's going to be the trailblazer. You're going to pilot a plan. You're going to set a course that's going to show others how they can do it too. But it's going to require you to part ways from things and places and people that you probably never thought that you would have to say goodbye to. But here's the thing. You're only saying goodbye for a moment. Now, that moment may be a year, that moment may be 5, that moment may be 10 years. But in the course of you allowing yourself to detach and to heal, you're going through a metamorphosis that's going to elevate your life in such a way that you're going to be so amazed by, oh my gosh, I let go. I detached. I allowed myself to heal. And you go through this amazing period of rejoicing constantly because you're notice I'm no longer that person anymore. And that, my friend, is why you must part ways. Because the reward from detaching and parting ways from these infamous nouns is a place of reward and fulfillment and rejoicing. So I implore you today. Yes, I'm saying it to you. If there is something that is a complete desire in your life that you desire so much, I think you should part ways from the things that are not resembling that which you desire to become, to do, and to accomplish. Okay? Now, it might be hard at first, but once you start putting it into practice, guess what's going to happen? Amazing things are going to happen. Doors are going to be open. People are going to drop hints and clues about the keys to open those doors. And if you're like me, God will begin to open the doors for you, and all you have to do is just walk through them. I'm just saying. Now, I want to uh, invite you to click my link, connect with me via my link, and connect with me on all social media platforms, these that I list, which would be YouTube right here. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you like the content that I'm sharing with you, and share it with a friend. And not only that, go to Facebook and Instagram and follow me. Doris Speaks Life, LLC, on both social media platforms, and connect with me as well via my link on the About page. You can always schedule a session with me. And if you are in the if you're looking for, I don't know why I couldn't speak right there. If you're looking for a motivational speaker, a life coach, you can definitely connect with me via my link. And so we can get that all together. We can get you squared away and we can move forward in that area. Okay. I love you all so very much. God loves you, and so do I. Smooches, everyone. Have a wonderful day, night, or evening. I love you all so very much. Smooches, everybody. Don't forget, when you detach, you're allowing yourself to heal that inner child woundings, okay? And then you're allowing yourself to go through a metamorphosis so that you can become the person you desire, accomplish those goals you dreamed of, and live that life of your dreams. I love you all so very much. Smooches, everyone.